Remember, remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
Hi everyone, it's Sun from Sundry Sundries, here to show you how to make vegan eggs from start to finish, along with V's signature dish of the movie, the Eggy in a basket. As you just saw, the recipe is pretty straightforward, totaling about 9 ingredients, 6 for the yolk and 3 for the whites. To make the yolks, in a pan, add 250 milliliters of water, 4 to 6 teaspoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 teaspoons of nutritional yeast, 3/4 of a teaspoon of black salt, and if you want, 1/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric for color. You may have noticed that I forgot to add the butter, but as long as the water is still relatively cool, you should be able to add any mixed ingredients without too much difficulty. While that heats up, you can prepare the egg whites. To a blender, add 225 grams of extra firm tofu, which is roughly half a block, 225 milliliters of plant milk, and 2 teaspoons of psyllium husk. Let that puree for about a minute, and it should yield about 450 milliliters, or a generous pint, of egg whites. On that note, depending on how hot and long you simmer the egg yolk sauce, you should end up with about 250 milliliters, which is a little over a cup. Each batch should yield about 14 to 16 large eggs, depending on how generous you are with the portions. To make an egg, add 2 tablespoons of egg whites to 1 tablespoon of egg yolk. Now, I've done some tinkering with this recipe and realized it's pretty flexible depending on the type of texture and feel you want to go for. Butter can be swapped out for any oil or fat, even potato puree, and if you would prefer your egg yolks over hard or something closer to hard boiled, simply use 4 tablespoons for cornstarch. Now, making eggy in a basket is relatively straightforward. Get a piece of toast, cut a hole in the center, add 2 tablespoons of egg white and 1 tablespoon of egg yolk. Although I'm showing off the eggy in a basket, I've pretty much been able to use this egg for almost everything. The only exception being that the egg whites are not really suited for baked goods like breads or pastries or really anything like that, in which case you might as well just use a flax egg. It's a lot easier, a lot quicker, a lot more straightforward than going through all of this. I messed up the first one, or it didn't really turn out to my liking, so I promptly made a second one and I ended up burning it. Oh well. Now, if you're curious about this recipe or any other way that I've used the egg, I'll have a link in the description below with all the details and whatnot. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and happy Guy Fawkes Day, everyone.